Hi, in this video we're going to have a look at creating objects in R. So when we use R, what we will be doing a lot of the time is executing some code that creates something, and we generally want to store the thing that we've created. So this is a bit like saving a file, except instead of it being saved as, a little object on your hard drive, it's stored in memory. So it's not actually kind of on your hard drive, it just sort of exists in the R environment. But you can think of it as, as though you were saving a file. So how do we create objects in R? Essentially, there's a standard syntax for creating objects, and going from left to right, we first of all start off thinking up a name for the thing that we want to create. So this is like your file name. So I'm a big fan of keeping everything lowercase because R is case sensitive, and I think if you just keep everything lowercase, you generally tend to run into fewer problems. So keep everything lowercase. If you want a space, then use an underscore, known as a hard space. So you can see here in this example, I've named my object after my favorite band, Iron Maiden, but instead of a space, I've put this underscore. So okay, on the left, we've got the name of the thing we're creating. So that's like giving it a file name. And then on the far right, we have an instruction that is given to R about what to create, so how we create it. So in this case, we're using a function. There's another video on functions called C. And what this does is it kind of collects things together. So the things we're collecting together on the right-hand side are the names or the first names of the band members of Iron Maiden: Adrian, Dave, Bruce, Steve, Nick, and Yannick. Possibly in order of preference, actually, now I come to look at it, but that was subconscious. So what we're doing, we're creating an object called Iron Maiden that is made up of the first names of the band. And how it's created is using something known as the assignment operator, which is that little left pointing arrow in the middle. So what this syntax, you can sort of read this syntax as create the object that I've chosen to call Iron Maiden from, that's what the arrow is doing, these instructions. And those instructions are the name of the band members. So we've got a Quarto document here. This kind of leads on from a previous tutorial. I'm just going to put a heading here, creating objects, so we know what we're doing. I'm going to stick in some a code chunk. So first off, let's use that example from the previous slide. So we create the object Iron Maiden, we use this arrow. So currently, if we look at our environment up here, it is empty. Nothing has been created. If we execute this code chunk, our environment changes. We suddenly have an object called Iron Maiden that has been created. And, it tells us here that that object is a character variable with 1 to 6 items in, and it starts telling us what the items are. If we want to see what's in this object, we can double click on the name of the object. And if we do, I'm on a Mac, so command return, that will execute the highlighted code. Alternatively, if we actually wanted to see it in our rendered Quarto document, you can type the name of the object. And what that does by default is it prints the object. So if you just type the name of an object, R automatically thinks, oh, you want to print it. So if we now execute this code chunk, it creates Iron Maiden, it then prints it underneath the code chunk. So let's have a look at another example. In fact, I'm just going to scrub that. We're going to read in some data from a package of mine called the Discover package. So first of all, you are going to need to install that package. And when we install packages, we always do that from the console. We're going to go install packages. And my package is called Discover without an E before the R. So it's like Discover, because R puns are, you have to have R puns in everything you do once you start working in R. So yeah, we'll install that, chugs away. We know that it's installed because has this lovely done discover. That means that package has been installed. So let's go back to our Quarto document, and we're going to read in some data from my package. So in a future tutorial, we will look at how to read in CSV files, but for now, this is kind of the easiest way for us to get some data in. So we're going to create an object called EddieTib. Any Iron Maiden fans amongst you will know why it's called EddieTib. We use that arrow, the assignment operator. So we're saying create something called EddieTib, and now we've got to tell R how we want it to create it. And basically my Discover package has loads of data files in it. So we're going to reference the package, 2 colons, and then RStudio helpfully tells us all the things that are in the Discover package that we might want to access. And the thing we want to access is called Edify. So if I start typing EDD, again, RStudio finds the thing most likely to be what I'm typing, which is in fact Edify. So because that's selected, I can hit return and it will auto-complete. So now when we hit the play button up here, it creates the object Edify. So nothing appears on the screen, but again, if we go to our environment pane, we can see we now have an object called EddieTib. And if we click on that, it will load it up in a tab. So here it is in a tab, showing us what's in EddieTib. We can also click on this blue circle and it will give us more information about this. So it tells us that this is an object that has a variable called artist name, album name, track name, year, etc., 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 etc. So it just tells us what's in that object EddieTib because it basically it's a data frame and it contains lots of variables. Now again, if we want to see, if we wanted to print it, I mean generally don't print your data in Quarto documents, but if we wanted to have a look at it, we could highlight EddieTib, press Control Return, and it will appear under our code chunk. So this is a data object, so a bit like a spreadsheet effectively. So it's known as a tibble or a data frame. And what it is it contains, each row is a song off of an Iron Maiden album. So this is data downloaded from Spotify. So the artist name is always Iron Maiden, that just happens to be in there. So we've got an album name, a track name, and then if we scroll across, we've got the year of the track. But we've also got these measures that Spotify comes up with. So for each track, there's a danceability score, an energy score for how energetic the song is. These metrics vary between 0 and 1. There's a loudness score, speechiness, acousticness. Anyway, basically, there's a bunch of data from Spotify about every Iron Maiden album up till... I've forgotten when Senjutsu came out, 2021, I think. Another thing that's worth knowing about is how we access individual variables. So let's say we wanted to look at only the energy scores. How do we get at them? So now we've got EddieTib saved in memory. We can access the bits in it by using this dollar symbol. So where we've got a data object like this, if we do a dollar symbol, we can get at the individual variables. So for example, if we wanted the energy scores, we can reference them as EddieTib $energy. So what that means is the variable called energy within the data frame called EddieTib. And if we execute that, it just shows us all the energy scores. So it's just plucked out that column of the data as well, it is printing it at the moment, but we could save that as something. We could, put it into another function or whatever, as we will do in a future tutorial. Anyway, that's how we create objects in R. And we will use this over coming tutorials to start doing some more interesting things.